Barney, he'll wave a paw his friends to greet. Barney, Barney, he likes to hear a story or two. Barney, Barney, he wants to be a friend to you.
Hello boys and girls, and welcome to the Barney Bear Club. Here's Barney. Would you like to wave hello to the boys and girls, Barney? You'd like to wave hello to the bears? Hello to all the bears and the boys and girls. Now Barney, today is the final chapter of the Easter story. You've been looking forward to it, haven't you? Now, there's a little bit of a change to what we normally do today, because instead of you bringing your bag or a friend, I've brought one of my friends to show you. Would you like to see him? There. Now, he's nice, isn't he, Barney? This is Snowdrop. Do you know what kind of creature Snowdrop is? You think he's a lamb? That's right. Snowdrop's a lamb. Now, when I was a very little girl, I was taken to church with my mother and father, and there wasn't a Sunday school for me to go to, so I was given Snowdrop to look after in church, and every time I went to church, Snowdrop was allowed to come and be with me and be my friend in church. And then, one day, a sad thing happened, and that church had to close. And so I was given Snowdrop to keep for always as my friend. And he's been with me all these years. Do you like Snowdrop? Now, do you know what a snowdrop is? You think it's a flower? That's right. It's a white flower that appears in our country in the spring. Yes, so that's why he was called Snowdrop, because he's a white colour. It actually looks a little bit more cream, doesn't it? But he was called Snowdrop for that reason. Now, it's time for the final chapter of the Easter story, Barney. And this chapter is about two friends. Now, do you think you can spell friends? You can if I help you. Right, let's put the two up first. Two. Now, what colour is that two, Barney? Do you know? It's pink, that's right. Now, do you know how we spell friends? You think it starts with an F? That's very good. That's F. Now, what comes next? An R and an I, yes? R, I. Right, what do you think's next? Friends. Is it an E? Yes, it's an E. Well done. Now, friends, can you think what might be the last three letters? That's very good. N, D and S. N, D and S. Now, one day, can you see in the picture two friends, Barney? One day, two friends were walking along the road from Jerusalem to a place called Emmaus. Now, do you think we could spell Emmaus together? What do you think it might start with? An E, that's right. And now what else do you think? An M? Yes, it's actually two M's. So Emmaus, what do you think might come after the second M? An A, yes? Emmaus. Emmaus. How do you spell us? U-S. Well done. Now these two friends were travelling along the road to Emmaus, and they were talking away about everything that had happened in Jerusalem and how they thought Jesus, this wonderful person, was going to be saving all the people, and they were very upset, I think, about what had happened to him. Anyway, as they walked along, another person joined them. There, can you see another person with them, Barney? And that other person was Jesus. Yes, but they didn't know that it was Jesus. So, there was two friends, and then there was another one, which was Jesus. So, how many does that make, Barney? Two friends plus Jesus. Can you think? You're not sure? If I put a number of fingers up, will that help? That's right, well done, it's 3. There were 3 people walking along the road to Emmaus, and Jesus joined in the conversation. They said, well, what's been happening in Jerusalem? And they looked at him surprised, and they said, don't you know what's been happening? Are you the only person who doesn't know what's been happening in Jerusalem? And so they told him about what had been happening, and Jesus told them. He said, you need to look in the Old Testament of the Bible and what the prophets say all about the Messiah. And so, as they walked along, Jesus explained that it tells you in the Old Testament that Jesus was coming and that he was going to have to die and what was going to happen to him. Oh, and it was wonderful, all the talking that they did together as they walked along the road, Barney. And the two friends didn't want Jesus to leave. And so they said to him, why don't you come and stay at our house? So they all went in together and they sat down and they had a meal together. But then, this other person that they didn't know was Jesus, he did something that made them realise it was him. And he took some bread and he broke it. And suddenly they realised it was Jesus. And he disappeared. How do you think they felt that they'd seen Jesus? That's it, they were ever so excited. And they ran straight back to Jerusalem and they told all the disciples, we've seen Jesus, we've seen Jesus. So Jesus was alive. Now, that's the end of the Easter story. And I'm going to bring my little friend Snowdrop back again just to explain one more thing to you. Now, in the Bible, Jesus is called the Lamb of God. Now, when people become Christians, they give their life to Jesus and they ask him to forgive them for all the bad things that they've done. And then Jesus becomes their friend and is with them always. And just as Snowdrop became my friend and he was with me always, he's with me always now. So, and that's what it means when somebody becomes a Christian. Did you enjoy the Easter story, Barney? You'd like to hear it all again? That's wonderful. It's a brilliant, wonderful story, isn't it? So would you like to say goodbye to all the boys and girls? Bye, boys and girls. See you next time for another story with Barney.
His name is